I've been meaning to tell you something important.
What is it, darling? You seem so serious tonight.
Elena sat alone at the corner table of the elegant restaurant, her silver dress catching the candlelight as tears threatened to spill from her eyes. Her date, Marcus, had left 20 minutes ago, claiming an urgent work call, but she had seen him through the window, laughing with another woman down the street. The waiter kept glancing her way with pity. She stared at the untouched wine glass, feeling every bit of her 42 years weighing on her heart. After her divorce 3 years ago, this was supposed to be her fresh start. Marcus had seemed different, kind and attentive during their month of dating. Now she realized she had been fooling herself again. "Excuse me." A deep voice pulled her from her thoughts. She looked up to see a distinguished man in a navy suit standing beside her table. He appeared to be in his late 40s, with silver touching his temples and warm gray eyes. "I hope I am not intruding," he said gently, "but I saw what happened and I could not just walk away." Elena quickly wiped her eyes. "I am fine, really." "No, you are not," he said softly, "and you should not have pretend you are." He gestured to the empty chair. "May I sit for just a moment?" Something in his voice made her nod. He sat down with the grace of someone comfortable in his own skin. "My name is David," he said, "and before you think I am trying to take advantage of a difficult situation, I am not." He paused, his eyes distant. 10 years ago, I sat alone in a restaurant much like this one. My wife had just told me she was leaving. A stranger came to my table that night and told me something I have never forgotten. Elena found herself leaning forward. What did they say? They said that sometimes people walk away not because we are not enough, but because they are too broken to see what they have. David's voice was steady and sincere. That man tonight, Marcus, he will wake up one day and realize what he lost. But by then, you will have moved on to something better. Elena felt fresh tears coming, but these were different. "How do you know his name?" "I own the building next door," David said with a slight smile. "I have seen you two here before. You always look happy." He never looked at you the way you looked at him. The truth of his words settled over her like a blanket. "I feel so foolish," she whispered. "Love makes us all foolish at times," David said. "But it also makes us brave enough to try again." He signaled the waiter. "Bring us the chef's special for 2 and your finest wine." "Wait," Elena said, "you do not have to do this." "I know," David replied, "but I want to consider paying forward the kindness that was shown to me." As the evening unfolded, they talked like old friends. David shared stories of rebuilding his life after his divorce, of focusing on his business, and finding peace in solitude. Elena talked about her children, grown and living their own lives, and her fear that she had missed her chance at happiness. "You are still young," David said with conviction. "I am 42, she laughed sadly. "And I am 49, he countered. "We are not finished. We are just beginning the chapters where we finally know who we are." The restaurant began to empty around them. 3 hours had passed without notice. "I should go," Elena said reluctantly. David walked her to the door. "Elena," he said, "I meant what I said earlier. He will regret losing you. But more importantly, you should never regret being someone who loves deeply. That is a gift, not a weakness." He handed her his card. "If you ever need a reminder that there are still good people in this world, call me. Not for a date, not for anything except a conversation between friends." Elena took the card, their fingers touching briefly. "Thank you, David. You saved my evening." "No," he said with a gentle smile. "You saved mine. I was having dinner alone when I saw you. Sometimes we find exactly what we need when we are helping someone else." As Elena drove home that night, she did not think about Marcus. She thought about David's words and the unexpected kindness of a stranger who asked for nothing in return. 6 months later, Elena would call that number, not because she was lonely, but because she wanted to thank him again. They would meet for coffee and discover that friendship sometimes grows into something deeper when neither person is looking for it. But that night, driving through the quiet streets, Elena simply smiled. She had been reminded that her worth was not defined by someone else's inability to see it. And sometimes the universe sends exactly the right person at exactly the right moment to help us remember who we are. The silver dress that had felt like armor earlier now felt like a reminder of her own strength. She was not broken. She was healing. And that made all the difference. If this story touched your heart, please share, and subscribe for more tales of unexpected kindness and second chances. Leave a comment below about a time when a stranger's kindness changed your perspective. Your story might inspire someone who needs it today.